Hello everybody and welcome back to another edition of Hey What's This, and today I'm very excited to bring you Skydrift Infinity. Now this is a remaster of an Xbox 360, PS3, and PC title, and is one of my favorite racing games that I never really got to play with anybody, and the reason for that is it used to be online multiplayer only, and it predictably did not have a big community. Right now I am if you can see, this game has only been out for like a week or two, and I've never been able to find a game. So even with this new remaster of it, you know, you'll be lucky to find anything in there. But thankfully, they have added the option for local multiplayer, which I think is going to be its saving grace, because that will actually allow me to play with other people, unless I somehow convince my friends to pick this up. And I hope I can, because this is an excellent plane racing game, plane combat racing game, I guess. You're, the initial pitch that you might be tempted to make is it's Mario Kart with planes. But it actually reminds me of a lot of other games in that genre. Power-up system is kind of Blur-esque in the way that it rewards precision use of it, and the way you can kind of counteract and escape from things. There's not really that slot machine feel that you can get out of a lot of other kart racers. It's very much in that, this is a serious racing game kind of thing. There's a little bit of Wipeout in this. And actually what it reminds me of, or I guess maybe the other way around, since I think this came out first, is Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. You can see that this game, it takes a lot of concentration, as witnessed by the fact that I crashed my plane 3 times immediately. Thankfully, crashing doesn't take you out of the race. It initially seems kind of disappointing, because like, oh, if I shoot somebody down, I want to take them down, right? But then you kind of realize that the speed that this game goes and the hecticness that like these weapons and stuff add to it, you would never survive any race. Additionally, this game is all about getting boosts. So instead of, eliminating your opponents and making the race feel kind of dead, every time you kill somebody, it takes them out of the race for a little bit, and it gives you a significant amount of boost, which you can also get by flying near the floor, going through dangerous situations, and things like that. But taking down your enemies is going to be one of the fastest ways to get your boost up. As you can see, I just got full boost from taking out that enemy. And then, there's a lot of there's a surprising amount of free space and like freeform flying that it allows you to do. Wow, I was a little too late on the power up right there. But the levels kind of naturally start building themselves kind of like a line or a preferred path. It basically incentivizes you to take risks by either putting power-ups in places that are gonna make it more likely for you to crash, or just the pure fact that flying behind people, oops, shit, flying behind people, flying through obstacles, and doing taking risks and doing stunts is likely to just reward you real. This game, it looks decent. It's got a decent look to it. I wouldn't say it's like an incredible looking game, but I think kind of like the atmosphere of it is great once things get really hectic, with the sounds of combat and... Ooh. Give me a second here. Sounds of combat and then lights start really going. As you can see, you can kind of also oops, turn. Ooh, okay. You can turn items into boosts. The more powerful your item is, the more boost you'll get. And you can also collect power-ups multiple times to get enhanced versions of them. You know, the mine will lay 3 mines, or the shield will last longer, or you'll get more missiles. And then, of course, if you hold down the missiles, you could shoot like 5 missiles at a time and immediately obliterate somebody. Let's see. This version also adds... It's a THQ published game, so, you know, you can play as the Darksiders vehicles. Let's try one and inevitably crash, because having a really fast airplane seems like it would be really sick if you're like, oh, that's maxed out stats, and then you have to hit a corner and you can't slow down fast enough to keep yourself from smashing straight into the wall. But yeah, this is a really great feeling racer. I love the way that combat kind of in the stunt system integrates into the boost mechanics. Hey, fuck this guy. And kind of incentivizes you to fly through different paths and engage in the stage a lot. There's also this knife edge position they call it, that you fly through, that'll let you get through gaps or also help you with your turning. And additionally, in this new version, they've added a boost mechanic. Not a boost, a drift mechanic. So you kind of were already drifting using that knife edge, but now you can kind of get an even tighter turn by doing that. So here's a good example of some place that you might need it. And you can see kind of the boost comes off the wings as you do it. Right now we're just doing a boost race. This is one of the types of races that you can kind of do. There's the power race, which, you know, obviously you get the powers and can do the combat, and this is more of like a straightforward race where it's really more about the navigation and, you know, flying clean. Which is it actually gets pretty hectic later on in some stages as you start hitting the max speeds of your craft. There's only about, let's say, I think 6 racing stages and a couple deathmatch stages. Deathmatch regions I haven't really seen, just because I don't think they come up in the campaign at all. They're only really an online thing, and I haven't really been able to get anybody together for local multiplayer, but you can do local multiplayer deathmatch, which seems like it'd be pretty fun, you know, dogfighting it in a combat plane game. Kind of lends itself to that thing, right? But I've been, despite the like low number of maps, there's also like, you know, reversed versions of it, and different times of day and things like that kind of keep it dynamic. And then, you know, it starts increasing the difficulty. Like, these are pretty easy. Let's go stage 3. I said they're pretty easy, but you can see that I did not clear some of these. There's also a ton more planes and stuff that I haven't even tried yet. And they do have like they all have their own like different feel. And each of the stages as well have like a good variety of locales and aesthetics to make them fun to fly in. There's also just like, they're pretty detailed. Like, there's a lot to kind of deal with in every stage. And as you kind of master it, you like start using different aspects of it. Like when you start, you kind of like, you're flying really wide to try to avoid things, and then as you get a little better at controlling it or get more comfortable, you you start, you know, taking turns a little tighter, getting a little crazier. And you can kind of see that there's this skull. They don't give you like health bars or anything, but you can kind of see there's a skull over enemies that are near death, and by like intelligently targeting them, you can knock them out and get some boost to get yourself up a couple places. And then there's not a huge variety of weapons. You know, they kind of do their functions, but they do a good job of keeping them all useful. Like, whenever there's like a green shell equivalent in a lot of games, like the manual aim shot, a lot of times it can feel like it's not very useful. But here I really like the manual aiming shot, the machine gun, just because one, it sounds and feels really good to hit people with, and also it's much better than the homing rockets at taking down targets that are at a distance. Alright, heard the man. It's the last stop. Got it. Yeah, then like once you start kind of getting into the groove of the thing, it really does start feeling like you're an ace pilot doing all these sick stunts to ward off missiles and controlling the pace of the match by really smartly using your weapons, or, you know, getting mines. There's like plenty of choke points to like stick a mine in to make sure that somebody gets destroyed and you're still earning boost while you're in first place. I think that's another advantage of the way that kind of integrates boosts and stunts is like, even when you're in first place, it still feels like you're still kind of engaged in the race, because you're still you know, traversing the environment and trying to stay as low as you can to the floor, or take the sickest line through different dangerous areas to keep that boost up so that people don't come up behind you. So you can get a lot of boost from more than just combat. I kind of made that one look easy. I feel like they generally can get pretty challenging. Let's go all the way to stage 4. We'll do a survival battle. I like this plane, I'm gonna stick with it. And survival is a general elimination. Generally you have like a race, a battle, an elimination. Those are the main types. You know, it's not like a... Oops. I thought I could go through that one. Clearly not. It's not a... Oops. Like a super content heavy game, but it's like the feel of it is just really satisfying, and wow, I'm definitely gonna get eliminated at this rate. And the maps are really intricate and fun to master. Alright, let's see if I can get a long shot. There you go. I love doing that with the Vulcans. Alright. Let's see if we can stay in 4th so we don't get eliminated. Alright, here we go. There's Dr. Ned. I think I'm gonna fucking try to snipe him. Oh, what? How? Oh, okay, the guy behind me. Okay, we got Ruby looking pretty bad over there. Thank you. Alright, now we got upgraded missiles. Oh. Yeah, you just kind of start getting a feel of where enemies are positioned, things like that. Let's make this harder for everybody. Oh, nope. Again, every time. Yeah, just a few moments like that where things are a little more ambiguous than I'd like them to be, but you kind of get used to it and learn the game's language. Also, I love, like, I don't think these actually, oh, I stand corrected. I was gonna say I don't think these actually affect the stage, but yes, they're kind of inconsistent. There's some parts where like debris is falling and it's kind of unnecessarily hard to dodge. Wow, unnecessarily hard to dodge, so they kind of just turn off collision for like the debris. But then there's stuff like that where it's like it. Pretty sure it's like lap to lap scripted. If it gets blown up or not. These eliminations can get kind of intense. So you kind of take a while. Wow, what is this? Alright. Good luck. It's gonna be me who gets shot down by that on the next one. I can feel it. Oh no! Okay. I think I got it. That or just missed. Ah. That is really bad timing. Really, really bad timing. Please get him. No! Hit him in first. Just gotta save 5 seconds. Alright. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple other stages that I didn't show off, but that really is the extent of Skydrift Infinity. It's a little bit of a lean package, I would say, but if you can get some people together for some local multiplayer, I think it'll be a good time. Or, you know, some online multiplayer. I'm definitely gonna try to get into some deathmatch with some people. I mean, the race is the race. It's, you know, having it local is not gonna necessarily, you know, having it local is gonna make sure so that like there's no lag or whatever. I'm pretty confident in that part. The deathmatch I'm interested to see. I might return back with some footage of that, but otherwise, this is a pretty solid, fun racing game. Despite like the low amount of tracks and like the small campaign, I'm like really enjoying it, and I definitely intend to like keep returning to it, and if possible, you know, stick it on a laptop or something and bring it to a party if my laptop can handle it. But definitely check it out. I would, if somebody wants it, I would love to see more people online in this game, but you know, otherwise it's a good substitute if you all get tired of playing Mario Kart 8 or whatever. I believe it is also coming to the Switch, so that could also be another option for people. Otherwise, that's it for now, and until the next game, peace.